My name is Kevin. I run a popular web agency and I'm going to show you how to create an online store, otherwise known as an e-commerce website, for free. It's going to be mobile friendly, so it will help you sell online. Your customers will be able to buy from you online, make the payment. Here's a quick demo of the e-commerce website that I'm going to show you how to make. I'm also going to show you how to accept payments online. So therefore this e-commerce website will be perfect for you, and it looks absolutely amazing. To show you how to make your online store, we've got a very succinct plan of action here. First, I'm going to show you how to get online, and that involves getting your own .com web address. So for example, yourshop.com, and that's literally going to cost you around $5 a month. And that's the only thing that will cost you money. Literally for about $5 a month, you'll be getting an e-commerce website that's worth thousands and compares to other e-com stores that are built for thousands and thousands of dollars. And that's the only bare essential that will cost you money. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Then we're going to create the e-commerce website. We're going to install the design and the e-commerce functionality. We're going to add the products into your store, different types of products. I'm going to show you how to do that, and also add and customize various pages to your shop. Following that, we're going to start accepting payments via your store. I'm going to give you a rundown of PayPal versus Stripe and how to accept credit cards. And that setup doesn't take long either. So let's work through this together step by step, and I'm going to show you by the end of this, you're going to have your own fully functioning online store. So let's get started. Let's get online. Getting your own online presence is really simple these days. All you need to do is go to hostgator.com/discounted. Now, HostGator is something known as a web host. They allow you to obtain a web address as well as hosting, the two essentials for getting online. Hosting is simply where your website's files are stored. For example, everything you see on a page on a website is because of hosting. All the images and texts are stored on that hosting. And the domain or web address is just what you see here, what your customers will type in. For example, in this case, hostgator.com. So the reason I recommend these guys is because I've been using them for more than 12 years myself. They've got great customer support. They've got live chat. They've also got a 60-day money-back guarantee, and they're super cheap. It's really easy to get set up. Now remember, you can go ahead and choose any other web host if you would like, but you may not be able to follow the rest of the steps in this tutorial to set up your own e-commerce website step by step. So that's the risk you take there. But if you'd like to follow me, go here, go to web hosting or get started. You can compare the plans in your own time, but all we need is the smallest plan, the hatchling. It's also the cheapest. And by the way, they've got a special promo for 1 year of free domain registration, which is basically your web address. So let's click buy now. Now, of course, the longer you subscribe for, as with anything, the cheaper it gets. I normally pay for my hosting 12 months at a time or 24 months at a time. But if you're not feeling confident, you can choose a shorter time frame. Before you do that, hold on a second. I'm going to show you how to get an even better discount on all of these terms. Okay, actually, I'll show you that right now. You can scroll down, deselect any of the add-ons. You do not need any of that, and just enter coupon code discounted, DISCOUNTED, and click validate. Now, when you scroll up, you'll notice that you have a range of discounts applied to all of the plans. So that's how you get a better discount rate, using that coupon discounted. Now, all you need to do is select a domain that you want. So think of what you want your web address to be. For example, yourorganicstore.com or healthstore.com. As an example, let me try something here. If the web address is available, it will allow you to register that. If it's not, it will let you know, and you'll just have to pick a different web address. Just like that. So I recommend a .com because it's the most well-known extension, but you can also select any other extension that you want for your store. It works exactly the same way. Once you've done that, go down. You can deselect the privacy. That's not essential. That will also save you money. And select a term that you're confident with. Then enter a username and PIN. Then scroll down and enter your billing details. I'm just going to blur my screen now as I enter all of those details, and pause and then come back to this once I'm done. Okay, so I've entered in all of my details. As I said, you can deselect any of the add-ons. None of these are essential, so that's good, keeping it as cheap as possible. And just double check your order. Go down, agree to the terms and conditions, and click checkout now. It's as easy as that to get your own online store web address. Next, you're going to receive an email like this from HostGator with your new account details. Either that, or they will automatically log you into their customer portal, which will make this step even easier. But effectively, what you need to do is access your control panel using the link provided, and also then enter the username and password to then access that control panel, because what we're going to do is then install the WordPress platform. That is the engine behind your entire WordPress and e-commerce website. So let's click on that link. Now we'll just enter the username and password and hit enter. And log in. There we go. We are now into our control panel. Now we just need to go to the WordPress installer. Like I said, everything from here on in is absolutely free. That includes WordPress, WooCommerce, and all the e-commerce functionality. Now your domain should be automatically entered into this field here. For example, yourshop.com. If it's not, just select it from the dropdown. Leave the directory field blank. And by the way, this is just an example for me to show you how this is done. Yours will obviously be your.com, for example, organicstore.com or clothingstore.com or whatever your brand.com is. Don't worry about how my domain looks. This is purely an example. But make sure you leave the directory field blank, hit next. And by the way, don't get persuaded into purchasing any of these. You're not going to need them. We're going to do everything ourselves. Give your website a title. Enter an admin username, your first name and last name, and more importantly, your email address in case you lose your password. Click the terms and conditions, and this is going to then install the WordPress platform, so then you can start creating your store. So let's do that. It'll only take a few seconds. Perfect. For now, I recommend copying and pasting all of this into a Word document so you have that on hand. What I'm going to do is just right click and open the login in a new tab. Now for some of you this may not work because your domain isn't yet connected to your hosting. If that's a problem, get in touch with HostGator or get in touch with me on my website and you'll see how to solve that problem. Or just give this about half an hour and it should start loading. Basically, if you go to yourwebsite.com/wp-admin, of course, yours is going to look something like this. But basically, go to your website /wp-admin, and that's how you access this login screen to access your WordPress dashboard. Now enter the username and password that you're provided with over here. And log in. Let's just confirm our email. Yes, this is correct. This is important in case you lose your password. That's where the password reset will go. Perfect. Welcome to your WordPress dashboard. If you just hover over this section here and click or right click on visit site and open that in another window, you'll see that your website or your web address is live to the public. Of course, it doesn't look like much at the moment, but now in the next few steps, we're going to show you how to start creating all of the functionality and install the design, and you're going to make some massive progress. Okay. So the first thing I want you to do is actually go to users, all users, and then scroll to the actual admin username, click on that. But what I want you to do is change the password. So if you scroll down, generate password, or you can enter a new password, right? And if it's a weak password, you'll need to click that box. But basically, that's the login for your WordPress dashboard. So that then replaces this here. So when you go to your website.com/wp-admin, that's the password that will replace that one there. Make it something you can remember, and of course, write it down somewhere. Better yet, store it safely in some way. Maybe use OnePass for your browser. But anyway, go back to the dashboard when you're done that. And you'll see it coming soon active. We want to make sure our website is live to the public because we want search engines such as Google to index our site. So what you need to do is, if you see this, you need to make sure that's disabled. So let's click here. And that's it. That makes sure that search engines will be able to find your website. Now from here, going forward, we're no longer going to need cPanel. We've installed WordPress, and everything from here on in will be created or built using this WordPress dashboard. The next thing I'd like you to do is start clearing up some of the clutter that came with the WordPress installation. So all of the stuff you see here where my mouse is, a lot of that stuff is not necessary. So what I'd like you to do is go to plugins and go to installed plugins. Scroll down, and I'd like you to basically check this checkbox over here so it selects everything, bulk actions, and deactivate, and click apply. Basically, you don't need any of this stuff, and it's just adding clutter to what would otherwise be a fresh installation for your eCom store. Okay, that's deactivated. Now click on that again, bulk actions, and delete. We're getting rid of all of that crap. Perfect. Next, just go to settings and go to permalinks. And I'd like you to create a custom structure. So delete everything in this box over here. Click on category and then post name. To explain this, it's just to create the structure for any blog post you might do in the future. The URL will be your website.com / the category of the post / what the name or the title of that post is. It's really clean, and it's best practice for search engines as well. So that's about it. Next, we're going to install the amazing web design and e-commerce functionality. Okay guys, this is where the fun part of the tutorial actually begins. We're going to install the design for the e-commerce store, as well as installing WooCommerce, which is the platform on which all of your e-commerce trading and functionality lives. And it's really simple. It's going to be the click of a few buttons, and it's going to pre-install all of that for you. So what you need to do is firstly install the design. Go to Appearance and go to Themes. Themes is another word for designs. It's the WordPress language for design. Let's click on Add New. Then let's search for a theme called Astra, A-S-T-R-A. This is the one here. Install. Once it's installed, click Activate. Okay, so now you're going to see this box here. It's going to ask if you want to start using some starter templates. Basically, that's going to install the entire e-commerce design as well as functionality in a single click. So let's get started. Then select Elementor. That's the page builder that we're going to use to create the store. More on that a bit later. Now I'm just going to filter these available designs with or by the free designs. So as you can see, that's the organic store design. That's the one we're going to use for this e-commerce store. But just so you know, there are other options such as this one here. You can also create an online store using this. And I believe there may be one more. But essentially you can pick any one of these website designs, but just those two and the third one if I can find it. Okay, I can't find it. Just those two create e-commerce functionality. So let's click on Organic Store. That's the one we're going to use for this tutorial. And then we're going to click on Import Complete Site. That's going to basically import the entire site pre-built. So then all you have to do is start customizing and adding products. Yep, let's import. This could take between 3 and 10 minutes. So just be patient with this one. There we go. Mine took about 3 or 4 minutes. Not too bad. So let's visit site. Now get ready to be amazed, because in just a few minutes, your web address has transformed from nothing into what is now an amazing looking online store. And now we can start customizing and setting up the WooCommerce and e-commerce functionality and all of our products. So we'll close that one there, and I'll show you what to do next. Now what we want to do is run this setup wizard for WooCommerce. And by the way, if you ever want to view your site, you can actually just hover here. Just right click and open your Visit Site tab in a new tab on your browser, and you'll be able to view your website at any time, or go to your URL that I gave you earlier. The only reason you're seeing this black bar over here is because you're logged in. Of course, your store visitors will never see that. That's just a WordPress feature. So let's now skip ahead and let's click on the Run the Setup Wizard button. Fantastic. Enter your details. So where's your store based? Address. And by the way, you can skip this at any point, but I recommend flowing through and then coming back to this if you need to. You can select your currency and the types of products you intend to sell. Now, a physical product, of course, is something that you're going to have to ship to your customers, whereas a digital product is those that will be downloaded from your website after your customer purchases it, such as an ebook or an audio book or some kind of digital course. Now, in this example, I know most of you will want to sell physical products. This doesn't matter too much, by the way, but just go through this to the best of your ability. What is this? Usage tracking. Let's just keep going. Perfect. Payment. Now I'll get to this later, but there's two key ways to set up accepting of payments for your online store. One of them is Stripe and the other is PayPal. I've used both in the past. In a previous tutorial in the past, I've shown people how to set up their e-commerce stores with PayPal because it easily integrated with WordPress and WooCommerce. But in this instance, I will probably show you how to integrate with Stripe. Now, this can be changed later. Let's just leave that as is for now. If you haven't got Stripe set up, you can definitely just disable that, and we can come back to that later. Shipping, select your shipping method and locations not covered. If you don't know that yet, just skip and continue. You might just have to disable that for the time being actually. This process might take a couple of minutes because it's installing plugins onto your WordPress installation. Plugins are basically added functionality that allow you to do things such as, for example, image gallery plugins, e-commerce plugins, just about anything you can imagine really. Okay, now some of these recommended add-ons, if you don't know what they are and don't want to set them up yet, it's totally fine to just deselect them and continue. And next, it's going to ask you to connect your store to Jetpack. Jetpack allows you to do certain things, some more advanced things, but it also adds a bit of complexity and confusion. So what I recommend in this step, so I'm just going to skip this step. So you don't need to install Jetpack. Perfect. You're ready to start selling. If you would like to receive tips from WooCommerce, you can subscribe here. Perfect. But for now, we're done. Let's just view our dashboard. Perfect. We're back at our WordPress dashboard. If you ever have any confusion on how to get to your dashboard, it's just your domain /wp-admin. And if it asks you to log in, it's the same login details that I showed you earlier. And that gets you here. Next, we get into some of the juicy parts of setting up your online store. The first thing I want to show you is product categories. So if you hover over sections in your left sidebar here, there's places to manage your pages. I'll show you that later. Your WooCommerce settings, and you'll be able to change a lot of your settings such as shipping, taxes, your currency and all of that in there. Your products, of course, analytics, and a bunch of other things that will help you set up your entire e-commerce store. But for now, what I want to show you is if you go to products and then go to categories, these are just some example categories based on the design and store that I've set up for you, the organic store. Now you can delete any of them, but what I want you to do is think about your business, think about your store. What kind of products are you offering? For example, if it's clothing, categories may be men's clothes, women's clothes, or more specifically, men's tops, men's bottoms, women's bottoms. Think of broad categories that your products will fit under. And when you have them, just list them here. And because you can come back anytime, but when you start adding products to your store, you will actually find it easier to add those products and then assign a specific category to it. So here's just an example. So name of a category, the slug. If it's a subcategory, it will have a parent category, otherwise you can leave that blank. And then you can click here, add new category. And that thumbnail you see there is the image that you see on your e-commerce store for that particular category. Let me just add that now. It'll open up what's known as the media library. You can then upload any products from your store. Let's just use that as an example. I might just need to edit this one. And add the thumbnail. Of course, everything I do here in this entire tutorial is an example to teach you everything you need to know to set up your entire store by way of example. There we go. So that's how to add product categories to your online store. Now let me show you how to add products to your online store. Again, under products, you'll be able to see all your products listed under all products. Now in this example, you'll already have some products listed because I installed the web design for you and set up part of the store by way of example. You can easily just trash any of these, but I suggest leaving them until you've added your products and then removing these at the end, because you can use these as examples when you're stuck on how to do something. So to add a new product, just go to add new. The first type of product I'm going to show you how to add is something known as a simple product. It's just there are no variations. It's one product. There are no variations in terms of color, size, etc., etc. Okay, so enter the product name over here. Anytime you want to save progress, click on Publish. Select the category that this falls under. So for example, I might just add it under groceries. Then you can enter the price for the product. And if it's on sale, you can enter the sale price. Importantly, just make sure for simple products that don't have variations, this is enabled, simple product. You can check this if it's a virtual or a downloadable product, which in this instance, in this example, it's a physical product, so it's not. Let's just save our progress and I can show you bit by bit so it makes sense to you. As you can see, the URL will update to the name of the product as well, which is super useful for the user and for search engines. Let me just open that up. Now I haven't finished yet, I'm just showing you step by step. You can see that, and it's on sale. Cool. And it's got the sale tag. Perfect. Now let's continue. Let's go to the next tab, inventory. You can manage your SKU code or manage stock, the number of items you have in stock if you would like to do that. You can manage your shipping if you've set up a shipping class in your WooCommerce settings for shipping. Linked products. This is a really handy feature. You can set up upsells and cross sells, and I'll show you this later in this tutorial. Attributes. This is normally handy if it's a variable product, and I'll get to this in a couple of minutes after I've set up a simple product. I'll set up what's known as a variable product with multiple options such as size, color, etc. And then there's some other things which you probably won't need yet. Now down here is your product's short description. This is what will appear on the page, the description for the product. Just put in some sample text there. Now here in product image, this is the image that will appear on the product page. So what you can do is upload images from your computer by hitting the upload files tab over here. Select files or upload them from your computer, and then they will exist in what's known as your media library. So these are already uploaded, and you can select on a particular product, product image I should say. So let's just take this as a pure example. Perfect. Set product image. Okay. You can disable any sections on the product page if you would like to, and add any product tags, which might be handy for people searching for your product. And let's hit update and see what our page looks like. Just refreshing. There we go. We have our product description. We have the image that we selected. And it's really beautiful functionality here. It automatically zooms for the user when the user hovers over the image. It's a beautiful built-in WooCommerce and WordPress feature. So yeah, automatically done. People can leave reviews. You can switch that on and off as well. and I'll show you more of the stuff later. But effectively, we've now set up our first simple product. If the user clicks on that particular category, I'll just open it in a new page, they can see all products sitting within that category. So that's why category is important. Okay, perfect. By the way, if you have any questions or you would like us to help you set up products for your online store, get in touch via the support system. Just reply back to the message I sent you when I set up your free web address and your design. I'm going to show you how to create more complex products, otherwise known as variable products. So I'll just close these pages here. Let's go back to products and add new. Variable products offer the customer a choice. So for example, if you're selling cords, what length would you like the cord to be? You may have 3 different options at 3 different lengths. If you're selling clothes, they may be sizes. So in this instance, let's take the same example. Let's go down, let's select the category. In this instance now, we want to go here and select variable product. Again, you can manage your stock, manage your SKUs if you would like to. Shipping, same as before. Enter any of your shipping details. Linked products, I'll go through later. The important part here is attributes. So what we're going to do is we want to add a custom product attribute. Let's click on the add button. Let's say, just due to pure example, these coffee beans come in strong and medium strength. So the name of this attribute would be strength. Let's have medium. And the way to separate these, I'll just show you. Enter some text or some attributes by the pipe separating the values. Now, I actually don't have this symbol on my keyboard, strangely enough, and you may not either. So a good thing to do is just search in Google for pipe symbol. And yep, just grab any pipe symbol that you see. That's the one there. Copy. Beautiful, we'll need that. So, okay, enter the values, so medium, and now just paste that pipe symbol, and then space, strong. So it's the first value followed by a space, the pipe symbol, space, the next value. We want to tick visible on the product page, and we want to tick use for variations here. And then we can click on save attributes. Perfect. So that's now saved. I can see that there. Now, for this example, perhaps the user can choose not just from strength, but also this particular product may come in different sizes. So let's add another variation, or an attribute, I should say. So weight. So let's say it comes in 250 grams, pipe symbol, 500 grams, pipe symbol, and a kilogram. Tick use for variations and save attributes. Perfect. We've now got a product where we've got multiple strengths and it comes in multiple sizes or weights. Now let's click on the variations tab. This system is really intelligent, so what you can actually do is click on the drop down here and say create variations from all the attributes. What that's going to do is create 6 different variations on this example, 3 for each of the weights in medium strength, so medium 250, 500, 1 kilo, and then strong 250, 500, 1 kilo. That's 6 variations. It'll do that automatically. Let's click go. 6 variations added. Fantastic. You can actually go in and manage each one of these variations and remove any that don't apply. But for now, let me just hit publish to save our progress. And let me just show you what we've done so far, just to take you through bit by bit. Okay, I can't select anything yet. I'll show you why in a second. So if we go back to variations, the system's now added multiple variations based on the information we've entered. Now, if I click on this tab here, on the drop down, what we can do now is enter an image for each variation, a price, a stock status, and a description. Now, first and foremost, if any of these variations do not apply, so for example, say the strong variation is only available in the 500 and the 1 kilogram and not the 250, I can simply click on remove, and that will remove that particular option. And the customer will obviously never see that. Let's say, for simplicity, let's remove the 500 as well. So let's say medium is available in 3 sizes, strong in 1 kilogram. So now what we want to do is start with the first variation. Let's click on the drop down. We want to enter an image. Now this is just going to be a pure example. You'll get what I mean when I go through this. My example is going to be a bit choppy, but let's say this is the example of medium 250 grams. Set variation image. You can enter a SKU. It's enabled. You can choose to manage stock if you would like to. Otherwise, it should show up as available to purchase, regardless of you entering a particular stock quantity. There you go. Stock status, in stock. And there's the rest of it, and you can enter your description here. Okay. Now let's just click on Save Changes. Let's now go to the next variation. Now maybe this variation has a different product image. Maybe it's the same product image. I don't know. It's completely up to you and your products. So I'm just going to pick something at random just to show you that it works. Let's say this variation, you want to show this image here. Same as before. I don't know if I entered price. No, I didn't. So let's say $29 for this. Let's say $39 for this. And let's say the medium 1 kilogram is on sale. It used to be $49 and now it is $43, but the rest are not on sale. Okay, let's select an image for this as well. I'm just showing you that it works. Your images may actually be the same between variations. Okay, and then down to strong. Actually, let me just enter this. Okay, down to strong. Let's say this product image is actually a different type of coffee bean. Let's say it's this one here. So let's pick that. And let's say this price is $50 and it's on sale for $40. In stock. Your custom description for this particular variation. Save changes. Now you've entered information for all your different variations. What you need to do now is enter a product image, which is the default image the user will see when they come onto your product page. So let's just say it's this one here. or let's just say it's this. Cool. As you can see, it's a bit choppy, my example, but I think you get the point. So now let's refresh this page. Perfect. So that image there is the image over here, product image. That's a default image. Now, here's the variations or the options that your user has when shopping. So organic coffee beans, the price ranges between this and this. Strength, choose an option. Your user will come here. I want to choose a medium strength. It's available in these 3 different sizes. Now, remember, we entered a custom image for each one. So depending on what you entered into your variation attributes, that image will display dynamically as you see here. Now, for a lot of you, the images for your variations will be the same and the user will just simply be able to choose between the options that they have. And for strong, as we noted, it's only available in one option, the 1 kilo, and this is the image for that. And we can of course see the custom description. And of course, I forgot to mention the pricing. Look, the pricing updates dynamically as well when the user selects their options. Just like eBay, just like Amazon, it's absolutely beautiful. It's seamless and a beautiful user experience. You can also see the various options that the user has down here. Now they can select their options, add to cart, and go from there. If you have any questions about adding products, or if you need help adding a large number of products and need our help, just get in touch and we'll be able to offer you a service that helps you create your entire e-commerce store. So don't be afraid to say hello. Okay, that's awesome. On to the next part. Now remember how we started setting up the product, and I told you that link products, upsells and cross-sells, I would take you through this later, and I wanted to show you that now. An upsell is something where, say you're buying a particular product in the 500 gram variation, but they want to upsell you to a more expensive product in the 1 kilo variation, for example. A cross-sell is where you want to try and get your customers to purchase a complementing product. So for example, you may be selling coffee beans and you might want to cross-sell them so that they also purchase in the same basket a set of coffee mugs, for lack of a better example, or perhaps chocolate chips. So basically what you're trying to do is get more money out of your customers. It's perfectly done on things like Amazon and eBay in sections such as you may also like. You'll have seen that on Amazon multiple times. So to do that, for this particular product, you can go to any product and select specific products that will be an upsell for this particular one. So perhaps we've got some organic coffee beans, but perhaps, as an example, the organic hand-picked coffee is the premium product. So you want to upsell the customer onto that. Now cross-sells, what complements this product? What can people buy while they're buying this product? Let's just take an example. It probably won't be juice, but let's just use it as an example. And these products will have to be already set up in your store. So it's a good idea to do this part after you've added all your products to the store. Let's click update. And let's see what effect that has taken on our ecom website. There we go, same as before, but now you see the you may also like section. You'll see this on Amazon all the time. It just nudges people to try and select something else as well. So they might select that, or maybe they don't. Maybe they just go to continue on to selecting a product, adding it to cart, and now when they view the cart, you may also be interested in. Beautiful. Now we're cross-selling. Just before the customer hits proceed to checkout, oh yeah, that's a great idea. Let's click on that and let's add that to cart. There we go. So as you can see, it's the perfect strategy to extract as much value from your customers as possible and sell as much as possible and increase your store's average purchase amount. Now I want to give you a little bit of an intro into your URL structure. This is boring but very important item. So if you go down to settings and go to permalinks, and scroll down, we want to go to your product permalinks. The reason this is a bit boring is because it's just a bit of techie stuff. Now look, depending on how your permalink or link structure is formatted, can be good or bad for search engines and will affect how well your online store ranks in Google. So what I like to use is one of two things. A custom base is fine, so product / the name of your product, and we saw that in the previous example. So your URL structure will be yourwebsite.com / product / organic coffee beans. Or something like this, yourwebsite.com / shop / the product category. So for example, shop / groceries or superfoods / organic coffee beans. That's also a very good structure. So it's completely up to you. I recommend using one of those two approaches. If I was going to suggest something, I'd go stay on the safe side and select shop base with category. So I'll just hit save changes, and you'll see now how that affects the URL structure of your products. There we go. This is what a customer will see. The website / shop, the category, which is groceries, and the product, coffee beans. Here's another cool feature for your e-com store. If you go to WooCommerce and go to coupons, this is brilliant. You can set up campaigns, marketing campaigns, and offer your customers a coupon to purchase. You can click on add coupon, and you can structure the use of the coupon in any way you want, which is really effective. For example, firstly give your coupon a code, and then discount type, a fixed discount, a percentage. For example, if you want to allow free shipping as a promotion, the expiry date of the coupon, usage restrictions, minimums, maximums, products to include or exclude. You can exclude sale items, or you can apply the coupon to product categories or exclude whole categories. And usage limits. How many times can somebody use a particular coupon? Now this is super powerful. What you'll notice here is that when you click publish, your customer will be able to then go to your store, add a product. If they will then be able to enter that coupon code in the checkout. Now if that coupon satisfies the usage restrictions and limits that you've set, it will apply that discount or that free shipping. And it's amazing because this is a fully functional e-commerce store. Look at all of the functionality you're able to use. I mean, big brands like Amazon and eBay do this all the time. And now, right now, you've got this in the palm of your hands. So be smart about this, apply it strategically. And if you have any questions, as always, let me know. Next, you're of course going to want to customize your homepage, your content on your store, and I'm going to show you how to do that really easily. So let's hover over the area here and go to visit site. While being logged in, of course, you're going to see this black bar over here. Go to the page that you want to edit. So you're going to be able to customize all of this stuff: images, text, buttons, modules. The page you want to edit, just go there and then click on Edit with Elementor. There we go. Now, this is so easy to use. If you click on any element that you see on the page, so let's take this text for example, you'll see that appear over here, and you can actually change that on the fly. Just like that. Now, whenever you make a change, hit update down here, and that will reflect on your live website. Now, you can do the same by clicking on images. Click there, choose image. You can select an image from your media library or from your computer, and it's as easy as that. Buttons, click there. You can add the link that you want the button to go to. For example, here, you should link to your shop page or maybe your category page. You can also control the alignment of buttons. You can control the alignment of text. This is super intuitive. It's really easy to use. you've got whole modules of content. If you want to rearrange, you can simply click here and hold and drag and drop that module, just like that. There you go. You can remove a module by clicking the cross. You can also add elements. So say, for example, I wanted to add some text or perhaps a video. So clicking on this tab over here, the dots, you'll be able to choose from a whole range of elements to add to your eCom store. So for example, let's say I wanted to add a video somewhere. We can just drag that and drop it. Now, if I click on that, I'll be able to then adjust the link of the video. So for example, it's on YouTube, and control a number of other things to customize how that video appears. To delete something, just go to this lines over here, go to preferences and enable the editing of handles. Once you've done that, you should be able to hover over any element. See that icon over here? Hover over that and just click the cross icon. That will remove that. Same for anything else you want to remove. So let's say we don't want this paragraph here. Done. So yeah, you can choose from a whole range of elements, content elements. You can add more text. Just drag and drop that in there and you'll be able to add that. You can also add additional buttons, images, videos, a whole bunch of stuff, maps. It's super intuitive and user friendly. So go through your page and do that. And that'll allow you to customize everything that appears on your e-commerce website. Now, to edit a different page, just after hitting update, what I recommend is clicking over here, going to view page, navigating to the page that you want to edit, then going to edit with Elementor. Now, sometimes you won't be able to because, for example, this is a listing page of all your products. So that's why it's not allowing you to edit with Elementor. So let's try About. But you can configure this, of course, in your settings. So this one should, yep. This is a really cool ecom site, by the way. I really like just the cleanliness and the modern, all the white space. It looks really modern and clean. And there we are. You'll be able to add, remove elements. You can actually add brand new pages, and I'll show you that now. So if we go here, go to exit to dashboard. Let's close that. Let's go back to WordPress. Let's go all the way back. Let's go to pages and add new. And let's give this page a title. Let's click publish. I want to just save this page before adding content to it. And I'm going to show you a really cool way to add content to it now. So there we go. The page is saved. The URL is set. Now let's edit with Elementor. It's just loading. Now you've got a couple of really powerful options. If you click over here, you'll be able to add new sections manually. But here's the powerful part. If you click on the starter templates, you've got two options, pages and blocks. Blocks will allow you to add certain elements, but what I want to show you first is adding an entire page, a pre-built layout that you can adjust and amend to make it your own. So let's just scroll down here. Let's just, for example, take a layout that we like. I'm just going to pick something really random. Cool. And then when you find a template that you like, click on Import Template. And check it out. When you hit update and visit the page, that entire template will be added to your brand new page, and you can click on any element and start updating. Now, like I said, there's another way to do this. So going back to the starter templates, go to blocks, and you can add certain content types or certain blocks of content. So look for the kind of thing that you're looking for, looking to add to your page. Let's say, for example, you really like this element over here, or perhaps an image gallery over here. That's pretty cool. Let's import that. Don't worry about colors and all of that, because of course everything is customizable. There we go. That's added that content block onto this page, and now you can click on that. You can click here, for example, and then add things to that gallery from your computer or from the media library. And I'm just picking things at random. I'll remove the old ones just to show you how it works. I can even select this, right click, edit section, style, the background color, I can change that. And then I'll just need to change the text color as well, if I do that, of course. So let's just go with something perfect. Update. And now let's view our page. And there it is. You'll just have to change some colors. That's very easy to do. And say you don't like this layout, just get rid of it, start a new one. It's too easy. After adding new pages, you're going to want to add perhaps those pages to the menu over here, and also change your logo. It's really easy to do that. So if you go back to WordPress and the dashboard, so hover here, back to dashboard, then go to appearance and menus. I'm going to show you how to adjust your menu. This is reflective of your current menu. Select any pages that you've added. From here, click Add to Menu. Then you can drag and drop where you want that to appear. Now if it's indented like that, like these are, it's going to become a drop-down menu. It's a sub-item. But if it's not indented, it's aligned, it's going to be a same level. So let me just show you the example here. Actually, one sec. You can also add custom links. So any custom links, put the URL in there, the link text, any categories. Maybe you want a menu item called products and you want to list all your categories under it. Easy, add that into the menu. So here is, for example, a drop-down menu. I'm just going to do this. Click on Save Menu. Let's visit the site. And there you go. You've got this beautiful drop-down menu for your e-commerce website. You may want products and all of your product categories listed there. Easy, really, really cool, fully functional. And then if I just make it aligned, it's a bit fiddly, but yeah, there we go. Save. I'm going to refresh this. You'll see now those items appear on the top level. So that's how to completely customize your store's menu. And just think of it, what would your customers want to do? They want to easily navigate to see your product categories and your products. So create a menu that allows them to easily do that. Now to add your own logo for your store, go to Customize. You may see a pencil icon over here. If you see that, just click there and it will take you directly to the area where you can select an image for your logo. Select your logo width, the border style and size, etc., and which devices to enable that on. If you don't see the pencil icon, just go to Customize Header, Transparent Header. So where you'll land is Customize, you'll land on this page. then go to header, then transparent header, and you'll get to that same section. Select the image, select the logo from your computer, and upload that onto your store. Super simple. Now, last but not least, how do you get paid? How do customers pay for the stuff they buy from your online store? Now, in the past, I've shown you how to use PayPal, and PayPal is a bit messier to set up, and it's also a higher fee than something like Stripe. Stripe is actually fairly simple to set up. It's super user-friendly, and it's become sort of best practice. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Firstly, you need to go to plugins and then go to add new. Then let's search for Stripe. And it's this one here by WooCommerce, WooCommerce Stripe Payment Gateway. Install now. Activate. Now, if we head to WooCommerce and go to settings, then head to payments, you should see options to enable Stripe, and your customers will be able to pay by credit card via the Stripe gateway. So what you need to do now is enable this. Let's switch that toggle on and then click on setup. Perfect. So we're ready now to start integrating Stripe to accept payments on your e-commerce website. What you need to do now is, if you haven't already, go to stripe.com and then sign up for a new account by going to Start Now. I'm just going to sign in to my account. Now, Stripe has some of the lowest fees in the industry, and not just that, it's extremely easy to use. So I'll just sign in. After you create an account, you will also hit your dashboard, this one here. Now, this here is an important toggle. If that's enabled, you'll be using test data. If that's disabled, you'll be carrying out live transactions. Okay, so what you need to do now is go to developers and then go to API keys. Now, it's pretty simple. Back in your WordPress settings, the Stripe setup settings, make sure that's enabled. Give it a title. We can remove reference to Stripe because, as far as your users are concerned, they're able to pay by credit card, and that's it. We don't have to really mention Stripe. That just happens in the background. We can leave test mode enabled. Now, test publishable key and secret key. That's these two things here. All you need to do is copy and paste. Secret key, copy, paste. And then that's about it. You can look at the rest of the options, but for now, let's hit Save Changes. And there we go. So now when somebody purchases something off your site, that money will land into your Stripe account, and you'll be able to then extract that into your own personal or business bank account. Stripe is a fully fledged payment gateway solution, so if you have any questions, you can ask them as well. And of course, while you're testing, no actual transactions will go through, which is perfect. That's how to set up Stripe and accept payments on your e-commerce website. And that's it for now. In the last hour, I've shown you how to make this amazing e-commerce store and how to add products, how to set up your shopping cart, how to accept payments. It's 100% mobile, responsive, and your customers can purchase online. Super simple. And if you have any questions, let me know and we can help you set up and create your online store for you. Thanks, and see you in the next video.